Uh, hey, guys. How's it going? Fancy seeing you here. So, today's a pretty special day. It has now officially been a year since my album Mobius has come out. That's pretty cool. I kind of wanted to make this video just talking about Mobius a little bit. I wanted to, first of all, let me start off this video by saying thank you to everybody over the past year who has listened to the album, given me feedback, given me critiques, and most importantly, everybody who's enjoyed it. You know, it really means a lot to me that you enjoyed this body of work that I released. And in all honesty, this could be considered my first professional body of work. So, yeah, thank you a lot for listening, giving your feedback, all that other stuff. Yeah, it's just crazy to me how, like, it's just crazy to me how, it's already been a year since the album came out. Like, it seems like yesterday I was, like, working on the album. I was, getting solos in from my friend Max, who did guitar on Chemicals. I was experimenting with structures on songs, stuff like that. Experimenting with mixing, mastering, all this other stuff. It just feels, it feels really weird. In all honesty, I've never thought that I would be in this position, I guess, you know. It's kind of stupid to say, because I only have, I think, 83 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And obviously my numbers aren't that big, but, you know, the people who do listen to my shit really fucking means a lot to me. Like, seriously, you know, I made this album out of passion, pretty much. I wanted to dedicate the album to my childhood, you know, with the whole Sonic theme. I really love Sonic, obviously. And I really just wanted this to be a, I guess, celebration, you know. And I think I achieved it pretty well. I think the album overall, it's good. You know, I think there's a lot of things that could have been done differently, especially with the mixing, how some of my vocals were recorded. I kind of didn't understand how things worked in DAWs back then, and how, you know, recording went and all that stuff. And, you know, now that I've kind of worked on that throughout the past year or so, I realize, you know, there were a lot of places that I misstepped and all this stuff. So, yeah. It's just crazy to me to see how far I've gotten from this point. Yeah. No, it just really means a lot. And I wanted to make this video as sort of like a thank you to all the people who've been streaming Mobius, listening to Mobius, all this other stuff. All the people who bought the merch. I made the merch, I was just like, man, I want to make some fucking merch, because the album cover is fucking sick. Shout out Monster, bro. They did fucking incredible on that shit, bro. That album cover is so fucking fire. Yeah. You know, when I first started Mobius, I was working on a completely different project. Basically, I was working on my senior project at the time, which was my album. So at my high school, we had to do a senior project that represented what we wanted to do with our lives, pretty much. And what I wanted to do with my life was be an audio engineer. So I recorded an entire album for my senior project. Well, the album fucking sucked, for one part, you know. It's on my YouTube channel if you want to listen to it, but it fucking sucks. But I remember I started playing a bunch of Sonic games when making that album. And I was like, shit, the music in this is fire. So I was like, what if I sample this and I just make an entire album of this shit? So when I was working on Seasons Change, which was the senior project's name, it was Seasons Change, I started working on, I think the first beats that I made were Do or Die. There was this unreleased song called On Me, which is actually Emerald into Rough with a different instrumental, and a different chorus too. And I think Distant, or at least a different version of Distant. The Distant is interesting because there was actually a couple of different beats made for Distant, but a lot of them were scrapped just because I really liked the final instrumental a lot. Yeah. It took me about a year to make it. I procrastinated a shit ton, but, you know, at the end of the day, I made it, I released it, fucking awesome. Shout out to all the people who worked on it, who mixed it. You know, shout out to K9, my friend Kai, he fucking blew it out of the water. Fucking amazing. Shout out Fields, shout out my friend Max. He fucking destroyed the guitar solo on Chemicals. Shout out to all the people who contributed to the remix album too. Grayson, Will, Version Zorak, fucking Mason. All those people who contributed to the remix album, I appreciate you greatly. I appreciate the Booth Boys as well. You know, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm working on like 5 different albums right now, so expect to see a lot from me in terms of music in the future. Yeah, that's sort of all I wanted to say, man. It's been a year since COVID too. That's pretty fucking whack. Yeah, no. Just thank you for listening to my shit and giving me a chance, man. I really appreciate it. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble for however many minutes this is, like 10 minutes. Have a great day. Have a beautiful, blessed day. It is, what time is it? 11:58. New device signed into my Gmail account? That's not right. Anyway, I'll end the video now. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you all. Let's hang out sometime, get some coffee. How about that?